我自細咧就同我媽去睇大戲，嗰陣時咧就係4、5歲嗰陣時候咧，咁啊睇到個武打場面咧就已經好吸引咁就至少都喜歡呢種功夫嘅武術嗰種嘢㗎啦。咁至到我1960年咧就去美國同屋企人團聚。咁初到美國嗰時就本地嘅土生嘅，即係嗰啲細路仔歧視我哋啲叫唐山仔。咁為咗要自衛，所以咧我就去找尋識功夫嘅人教我功夫。
还不到12岁的黄德辉四处求教，最终拜在旧金山洪盛馆的刘斌师傅門下。
家長唔支持我學功夫嘅，因為佢怕學功夫入咗黑社會打交咁。咁啊，後尾咧我就偷偷地學，咁就學到劉斌師傅喺1967年佢過咗後啦。
不到20岁的黃德輝在武術方面開始嶄露頭角，身邊也聚集起越來越多的擁躉。1972年，他正式創立黃德輝國術學院。
咁後尾我發現咗，原來蔡李佛還有好多嘢學嘅。咁我咧就特別喺76年翻去香港，到頭嚟咧有緣分碰到胡雲卓醫生，以前蔡李佛四弟天王之首，咁就拜喺門下。
經過名師指點，再加上自己的勤學苦練，黃德輝的功夫越來越精湛。在他的影響下，兒子黃志剛也早早開始接觸蔡李佛拳。
我係4歲開始學功夫，我老豆黃德輝教我。我落課嗰時候12點半，我老豆叫個徒弟過嚟接我，咁帶我嚟武館。嗰時候已經好早，1點鐘嗰時候係全部大人，我跟佢哋學，成日紮馬，我哋成日練啊5輪橋、5輪馬。我冇覺得好難學，我覺得悶。
枯燥的練習佔據了黃志剛的童年時光，但也讓他小年紀就練就了一身好功夫。
我12歲開始做教練，佢哋好尊重我，佢哋可以感覺到我知道我講乜。15歲開始全部武館係我管，係我慢慢改變教。佢從來冇同我反對，佢就係支持我。
自古英雄出少年，年僅10幾歲的黃志剛，憑借自己過硬的本領，贏得了學員的尊敬和父親的信任。而他，也開始用新的理念對傳統的武術教學進行改良。
Make a tight fist. Now, make sure when we do our fist, our thumb is all the way on the outside. Tuck, sorry, tuck, hands up. Other hand, make the fist. Show me 星期八
40年前同埋而家，我哋教法非常唔同。嗰時候我一個細路仔，同埋全部大人學，一啲都唔好玩。紮馬同而家非常唔同。我哋40年前嗰時候唔識教，而家我哋升級，我哋識點考試，點教，點講道理，同細路仔。
Ready, come here. You have to leave the circle now. Ready, stand up, go. Look around you. Double team, Ready? Okay, 2 left. Ready, go. Attack.
而家我哋分開個班，由4歲到6歲一齊，7歲到11歲，10幾歲一齊。 大人一齊咁樣分開好啲。
Let's see some jumping front kicks. Front leg. Ready? Go. 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 Higher. Go. Louder. Hands up. Go. Go. Next leg.
喺中國學嘅話，一般係全部係小朋友，因為大人想揾錢，但係我哋武館都有好多大人學，因為佢哋好尊重功夫。
I'm 17, and I've been doing Kung Fu for 6 years, and I've been teaching for 3. I really like it because it's like a family here. So after I go from school, I come here to practice, and then I teach Kung Fu to the kids because it's really fun.
I was introduced to this martial art, and just as a result of the time that I've spent here, I've just dedicated myself and have risen through. And because of that, I've been able to pass it on to people who have been coming up at lower ranks than I'm myself. It's great for mental discipline. It's outstanding for physical fitness, self-defense. I mean, thankfully, I've never had to use it in the street in that way, but should I ever need to, it's great to have.
对很多人来说，功夫是中国文化的典型代表之一。学功夫可以强身健体、防身自卫，但对于黄德辉和黄志刚而言，功夫背后所蕴藏的中华文化，才是最值得傳承的精華。
呢上面係我哋陳響公，呢個係佢仔陳官伯。 佢個孫陳耀慈，呢個係劉斌師傅，佢係台山人，呢個係我老豆第一個師傅，呢個係胡雲卓師傅，我老豆有3個師傅，一個係黃江師傅，一個係胡雲卓，一個係劉斌。
Okay. Off to the past masters. Grandmaster. Here. And future masters. Okay, so.
尊师重教，以礼为先，这是这里每位学员学习的第一课，也是最重要的一課。
我哋講英文，但係嗰啲我哋個坐禮佛嗰啲動作，我哋講中文。四平馬、插隨、跨隨呢啲係講中文。我哋數1、2、3、4都係中文。
Okay, let's do it again. Go 四平馬。四平馬。向上面定前馬。定前馬。Very good. From here, go back. 四平馬。四平馬。定前馬。定前馬。向1、2、3、4、5。
練習武術並非一朝一夕的事情。黃德輝和黃志剛為學員們設計了不同的武術等級和考試制度，以鼓勵他們不斷提升自己。
係我哋升級考試，開始係白數，個黃色、橙色、綠色、藍色、紫色、紅色。你到紅色已經係黑帶，呢個啡色，混咗啡色之後，黑色毛係算師傅級，最少都要10年以上先可以做師傅級。做咗師傅級之後，可以自己開武館。 但係師傅級之後，我哋都有考試，都要還有好多嘢要學，所以我哋而家還有好多師傅級，跟我哋20年、30年都有幾個40年跟我哋學緊。
I started learning Cholifut in 1989, so 30 years. I do have a school in San Rafael. It's been open for about 7.5 years. We have about 85 students.
I've been here for 45 years. I started in 1944. And, I'm still learning. It's almost like a lifetime of learning, and you never finish it. You always get better.
黄志刚把武馆的大小事务料理得妥妥当当。退休後的黃德輝則越來越鍾情於與自己的一生有着不解之緣的這個地方。
我自細呢就搬咗嚟喺江門市住咗差唔多4年幾先出去外國嘅。咁因為蔡李佛拳又係我哋而家江門嘅一部分啦。咁所以我呢 而家翻到嚟呢個江梅都係沉宗嘅。
已经在全世界40多个国家拥有200万会员的黄德辉和黄志刚父子，并沒有滿足現狀。
因為呢啲係中國嘅傳統啲功夫，咁我繼續同我老豆一樣教多啲徒弟，想我哋武館發揚光大，
將我哋蔡李佛傳承落去，以後呢就全世界、全中國各地呢都開花結果。